Alright, this is Blue Nemesis Sorrel, Blue Nemesis Corvette. I'm out here. The 454 is undergoing another transformation now. We're putting some dish pistons in, forged. We're putting some H-beam rods in. So you can take a peek at these rods. Here's one. It's in the package. Take a peek at the rod. Putting these H-beam rods in, forged H-beam rods with bronze bushings, floating rod to go on with our forged pistons that we're putting in this bad boy. Dish, because we're putting on big boost. We're going big boost. We're going 2 GT45s. We're trying to put 1,000 horsepower to the ground. Nothing less, anything less is unacceptable. But anyways, this video is about the upgrades that we're doing. Specifically for this video is rockers. I'm gonna talk about the difference between the rockers. I don't know how many people have spoken on them, but you have like a factory rocker. This factory rocker has 2 main contact points. Here on the back is for your valve spring, and on the front, let's imagine right here we have a push rod, and those are 2 main points of contact. But then you got the middle stud where it actually rides. Now I'm not going to be using these stock heads anymore. I'm doing racing heads, and we'll go over that later. But this is a quick video of just the rocker itself. The difference between the two: roller rockers, full roller rockers, and stock rockers. They also have rockers that have just roller tips. Roller tip rockers only has this little wheel right here just to ride up and down. And let's see, that rides up and down, versus just a cast piece that, let's take a little peek real quick. A cast piece that has just to have this piece right here smooth down and machined to where it's a smooth surface for it to ride on. You can see where the wear pattern is, where it mostly makes the contact. On the bottom you have this catch spot for your push rod, and then this part rocks with this rocks right on top of here, a little bit at a time, and moves. It has that play inside of it for it to be able to move back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. This keeps it all in there. Try to minimize the movement. This completely roller, you can see, has a floating bearing. That might not be the proper term for it, but it actually rides inside, so there's no play at all, but it still has a complete motion. And then you have the roller bearing on this part, or roller wheel, that makes the contact on top of the valve. Now, performance gains, there's not going to be a performance gain unless you have a higher ratio, like 1.7s over 1.5s, or whatever, 1.8s, whatever that's the only reason you're going to get a performance gain, because you might get more lift out of your valves, and they're going to open a little bit farther. But that's the only performance gain you can get. But these are a good idea, not just for performance game. This is for like a longevity game. It's for an engine wear game where everything wears in sync, and you have less wear on the engine, less wear, and less wear, the less chance for failure, less heat from friction. All those things play a part in this design versus this design. Obviously this design works very well, and everyone knows about the Chevy lifter tap and all this stuff. We want to eliminate all factors to where we can get a quiet running engine. I want a quiet engine. I want It's not going to be quiet, obviously, from the power, but from the standpoint of valve train noise, I don't want valve train noise. So we're going to try to eliminate that with these. Now, these are some cheap Pro Cups. Personally, I can't see the benefit of going for anything more high-end when it comes to rockers. There's not really much. You can see what the factory says this is adequate. This is what factory says. That's all you need, is what the factory says. Now, from that to this, no matter what company manufactures it, as long as all these bearings and you go through them and make sure there's nothing that was missed over in their checking process, there's no reason why you need to spend $300 on some roller bearings versus this. Because no matter what, this is going to be better all day, no matter where the manufacturer is. The only reason it will not be better if there is some damage and that you overlook, then yes, you're going to have an issue. Other than that, I hear people telling me all the time, oh, you need to buy this because of this reasons. But when you put those things on dynos, when you put those things in cars, when you run them and you test them, there's no complete difference between it besides the longevity. And with high-end race cars, they're going for 100% craftsmanship. The bank is too big. They're going for all in, all out. Now, by all means, if you got it, do it. But if not, there's nothing stopping you from achieving a better quality rocker at a cheaper price. And these are almost about the same in cost. Of course, if you buy these in singles, they're pretty cheap. You can tell the reason why they're pretty cheap. It's just the way they did it. But if you're looking to upgrade performance without breaking your bank, then you can't go wrong with roller rockers. And by any means, if you can find them made aluminum and with these characteristics, you're winning. And I don't listen to no one who tells me anything other than that. Now, I'll be back on here checking in once we get the new aluminum race heads in, the dish pistons, the forge, everything, and we're going to put this bad boy back together. Got to turn the crank. We're going to get it all back assembled. And this go around, I'm going to go ahead and produce the numbers, horsepower numbers, dyno numbers. And I'm not going to do engine numbers. I'm doing wheel numbers. I want to know how much is going to get to that wheel on the ground. And if that number is anywhere below 1,000 to that wheel, we're going to go back into the freaking garage and we're going to do it again until it's right. Anything recent was maybe the disc. We did full disc around the whole car. Get away from all the drums. No more drums. We did rear end. We actually modded we put a 8.2. No, we put a 8.5 posi unit into a 8.2 housing. Easy swap. Don't let nobody tell you it can't be done. Just a little bit of modifications, you're right in there. You have to use the ring and pinion from the 8.2, but you can use the posi housing, and that's a beefier carrier. And when you put them side by side, you can see why. But that's another video.